again, thanks for hanging in there and continuing to learn. I'll show you very quickly an answer to your questions. You were asked about how to change the size of some of these different modules or widgets, the text in them. This is a heading setting, and this one here is also a heading section. Well, number one is you can do this a couple different ways. I mentioned to you before, almost anything you can do more than one way. But let me click on the wrench, and then you go to Style. Before you were under here under General, and it's under heading one, so that's fine, that's good. But you can go to Style, and then you see Font, and then here's Size. And so let me see here. This should be set for pixels. The VW, I'm not even sure what that stands for. I think it's I don't know, but because I haven't seen that before. Typically, I use pixels. So the VW must be something more related to style sheets for when you're increasing and changing size. But why don't we go ahead and change it for pixels here? And then let's go ahead and add it to maybe 24, 34 is what I did. And you can see you can drag and drop that larger, smaller. Let me move this over here. So that's there. It's set right now for size 50. Don't mess with the line height. It should all adjust automatically. I'm going to hit save. So let me show you on this one here. Click heading setting, font size. So again, not under general, I'm under style. So when you're under different form modules or widgets, sometimes there's tabs across the top. Styling would be here. And then now this one's already set for pixels. So I don't know why that one was set for VW. Like I said, never seen that set that way before. But let's go ahead and do this at 44. And then hit save. And then what you wanted to do was create a row. So you're going to add a row. And then you said 3 columns. So I'm going to drag and drop it here. So here's my row with 3 columns. What I did not show you is how to make a, excuse me, a column full width versus fixed width. So I clicked on the wrench. Let me go back here again. Here's the row, not this row, not this row. Here I am on this row. Click on the row setting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the content to be, instead of fixed width, you can see it stops here. I'm going to make it full width. And I'm also going to make the, so here now this is full width. And I'll show you the difference here in a second. Well, let's just add a background so you can kind of see what's going on. Here's type, color, and let's use maybe some green. And it's kind of too shocking. Let's tone it down to here. You can see I did this with a gradient. So I slide that down. And then, so here I've got a full width row. You can see it's green, full width. But the content right now is fixed width. So if I scroll back up, here I'm still on style. Full width row, content is fixed width. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go ahead and make the content full width. So now it goes all the way across. And what I'll do is I'll take this text box, it's a modular widget, and drop it in right here. Now what you had said about taking this photo, and I'm going to drag and drop it over here. So I get in the way. And then this here, I'm going to edit a little bit. Go back to, now you have to go to general because this, we were in styling. You're not going to style the font now. We want to get back to general because that's where your text is at. You can see it here. I'm going to hit Control X, backspace it, hit save, and then go, let's do this, do plus, let's do module, let's do text editor, let's just drop this in here. And you can use headings, text editors, a lot of stuff, they work very similar. There are slight differences when it comes to styling and stuff. The other thing I'll show you is that right now we're just using the standard modules. You're grabbing a text editor or a heading, but there's, if you go under like Power Pack modules, they have some different types of like smart headings and some dual things and that type of stuff. So at a later date, not now, just get the basics down, but there's lots of ways to do different things to make it look different. Let's go back to our standard modules. And then we got here, and I forget what you said, so let me close this. You wanted to put something here. What is it that you wanted to put? I'm going to get rid of this row. This is a full width row, obviously. The rows, actually, the rows fixed width and the content's fixed width. I can see that right here. I'm just going to delete it because you're not using it. And I don't remember. Oh, you said you wanted to put your hyperlinks here. So this is what you might want to think about doing. You could do your hyperlinks a lot of different ways. Number one is that you could do it as a menu. And so if you went here and then let's see where, not list, but menu. Give me a second. It's probably right in front of me. I'm just not seeing. Here's menu. So you could drag and drop and put it right here. And then you would not want, it would be horizontal. So this is starting to show. Let me just, and you can make this look a lot better, but you can start to see. Oh, this is clearly not right at all. So I'm showing you a mistake. This is horizontal, just like this is horizontal, a horizontal menu in your navigation bar. I'm going to click on the menu settings and let's do this vertical. And then hit save. Well, there it is there. So let's hit save. Now this doesn't look right. I'm not saying that this is the correct way to do it right now, but this is as an option. These are your hyperlinks. Now this is not the correct menu, but this is one way to do what you were talking about doing. You were using the term hyperlinks. You can do a menu and set up so it doesn't have the dots and that type of stuff. We can talk about all of that. But then you also have the option of like adding buttons. So let me go here and drag a button in right here. Now this is a little bit more cumbersome, but it looks different and you can make it look different ways. So this is click here, but you might want to do, editable, I don't know if it's editable herbs. I don't know what you normally would do. And then what you could end up doing is that you can see right here, if you want to change the style and if you want to have some like color different, the text color different, or the background color being different. You can see what just happened here. You know, if you want to make the stuff centered, you can do that with your styling. Here's your font, and then centered. It's centered in there. If you want to make the thing the full width of the column, because right now this is in the column, but it only goes this size. But then what you could do is you could add another button. Here's a duplicate. So here I just duplicated this button, and if I double click on that, then you could change it from the editable herbs to, edible cartons. I don't know, whatever you're making, they're doing, and then you can style it differently with different colors instead of this color, a darker color or the same, whatever you want to do. That doesn't look too good. But you could do that with adding bullets that way, or buttons, not bullets, buttons that way. So you can see it going down that way. Another way that you can do what you're trying to do is you could just add an example here. I'll put a text editor. And so here's the text editor. And so link 1, and then link 2, and link 3. And then with the hyperlink stuff, you would just highlight this and then click right here. You see this chain or hyperlink? And then you start to type in, let's do edible. See if this shows up. Edible gardening. So then it links to the page. And then just there. And that is now a hyperlink. So link 1 now hyperlinks to that. Let me do that again. So I hyperlink whatever, or highlight any words that I want to hyperlink. Go to the hyperlink. And then what you can start to do is you can look for it by either searching, and here's a different pages, or right now all pages. You may eventually have posts in your website, but here are the pages. So let's just link it there and then hit add link. And now link 2 is going to team members. And then highlight this here, go to hyperlink, and you could start to type to search. So let's do shrubs. Oops, let me see if I can spell English here. And if it doesn't show up, there it is here. Planting and shrubs for success. Click that. Hit here. Hit save. And so you can see here what I've done. This is a text editor module or widget. These are buttons, modules, or widgets. And this is a menu settings. And again, we could have made the menu look better. I just tried to do that quickly for you. So you're not stuck doing just one way. And then the other thing is that what you could have ended up doing, you did 3 columns here. But what you could have done is you went plus and then go to rows. You can see you can do a left sidebar or a right sidebar, or 2, left and right. But what you were talking about doing is here, this will also open your formatting. If I drop that in here, now, and let me close this. Now you can see I've got a left sidebar and a right content area. And then you can drag and drop the different things into your left sidebar area. So why is that different? Well, it's slightly different because of when you format on a phone or on a tablet or on a larger computer, it'll look different because here you've got one column, here you've got two columns, and this is a left sidebar. These are columns, or this is stuff in a column or in the modular widget in the column. Okay, I'm starting to ramble, but let me end this video and then I'll try to remember what you asked me to do on the other one. But here, this is empty, so you can go ahead and let's just, for the heck of it, drop in a module. Let's drop in a photo into here. I know you wouldn't want to do this, but I'm just showing you just to make sure. And let's just let's look at something slightly different. Again, your alternative text, your title. Don't worry about your caption. Do add your description. Click that. This is kind of large. I'm going to shrink that down just a little bit because I don't need it that large. So this is could be a full screen, but this largest one is large. It's for a very large screen. So I'll do this here, hit save. It looks beautiful. So again, you can see this is a column here. This is your left sidebar, and then this here is 3 columns. So, and let me just do this here. Add a row, and do 3. I want to pull this down, so I'm going to make this full width. And full width, and then the content I'm going to make full width. The background I'm going to make just a slightly different. You can do gradients, like 2 different colors, but for us, we'll just do this as a light yellow. I'll tone this down here. That's fine. And there we go. Hit save. And then what I wanted to do was just drag this down so you could see this a little more clearly. And this is going into this column here. This is going into this column here, and this will go into this column here, and I'm going to end the video here in a second. But what I want to do is just delete these columns because we're not using them. So now again, you can see a little bit better the difference. Here you've got your left sidebar, and here you've got your 3 columns. Okay, that's it for this video, Jane. Thanks for watching. Get another glass of wine, and we'll see you in a minute. Take care.